Tanning is the force that went beyond musical boundaries and into the psyche of young America, blurring cultural and demographic lines so permanently that it laid the foundation for a transformation. Understanding this phenomenon is what made me a successful entrepreneur in the worlds of music and advertising. In my career, I've had the honor of working with true icons. During this series, I'll introduce you to these amazing people and personalities, and we'll talk about how they and the tanning effect are changing the world. I am Steve Stout, and welcome to the Tanning Effect.
I got a feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a...
Today I'm talking with a super producer who in 2008 put a new voice to music, and it became part of a movement that helped propel Barack Obama to the White House. He's also the frontman to one of the hottest groups in the world, the Black-Eyed Peas. Will.i.am, welcome.
What's up?
This is fantastic, man. We've been talking for years. I'm glad to have you on the Tanning Effect for us to get into this, and we have so many different areas to cover. I wanted to start with, we're in a hot political time right now, and I wanted to speak to you about when you made the song Yes We Can, everything that went about you doing that and helping Barack Obama win the Democratic election to go on to becoming the President of the United States. Tell me the role you played and how did the internet fuel that?
Well, in 2004, I got into politics supporting Kerry and met a good friend named Terry McAuliffe. And in 2008, he called me up and asked me to support Hillary. And at the time, I was on the fence. Like a lot of Americans, I didn't know who I was going to support. And then I saw Barack Obama's speech in New Hampshire. And I was, he inspired me. He reminded me of people that fought for magnet programs and, the freedoms that we have today. I'm not saying Barack did, but people like Barack.
He reminded you of that movement.
Yes.
That speech did.
Just his whole persona and what he stood for. And that's when I realized who I wanted to support. Because we haven't seen a political figure, a youth leader, or someone in politics inspire us.
And together we will begin the next great chapter in the American story with 3 words that will ring from coast to coast, from sea to shining sea. Yes, we can.
I don't know when the last time a speech has inspired a culture. So I got engaged, and my whole vision was to make that speech be taught in schools. Not, ooh, let me do this song so Barack Obama could go on.
So you seen the speech
Yeah.
that inspired you, and your whole entire goal was to make sure that speech got into the school system in America.
Yeah, because if I looked at it as, there's the window. If this speech is taught in schools by teachers, when's the last time a political figure or public speaker's speech has been put in the curriculum? Last time was I Had a Dream or John F. Kennedy's speech. Not that many speeches.
Yeah.
So I looked at that as, this speech needs to be taught in school because it defines today's America.
Mm-hmm.
It defines where we need to go as a people, Black, white, Latino, Asian, Arabic.
So what made you decide to put that speech to music?
Because, I wanted to, I got inspired to want to do a song, but I didn't want to do a song and have to translate his message. Just use the message. Don't mess it up.
Mm-hmm.
Those words
So you want to put a beat behind it, though?
No beat. There's no beat, there's no drums. Consciously, I didn't put no drums in that song. Just a progression to bring out the emotion so people listen. People don't listen no more.
How'd you get that video to go viral? Because that was a very important tanning moment and part of the election, the campaign, the whole thing. How did you pull that off?
I don't like the word viral. So anybody could catch a virus.
It spread on the internet.
I call that a baton. How did I get that to become batonable? Meaning you pass me this baton, I'm going to run as fast as I can to the nearest loved one to pass it to them, to inspire them to run to the nearest loved one and pass it. That's a conscious decision that people chose to pass it along.
What caused it to be batonable? What was the thing? How did you get those celebrities involved
Well,
to
the
get around
celebrities,
this whole movement?
The celebrities were down the street at a party. Literally, they were at Will.i.am.
Valderrama.
I can't pronounce
Yeah,
his
it's
last
cool.
name.
Valderrama from the 70s show.
Yeah, he was having a birthday party.
Now,
down
he
the
has
street.
no idea the role he played in pulling this off.
He knows now, yeah.
Okay, well, hey, well.
No, yeah, yeah, he had a birthday party down the street, and this girl by the name of Sarah Pantera Sarah, helped out, just calling people on the phone. Hey, I'm at the studio. Will's at the studio, doing this thing. If you're passionate about this year's election and you want to get people out there to go out and vote, come by the studio. Did you see Obama's speech? What's your favorite line of the speech? Here it is. What line you want to recite? What line resonates with you? And say it with conviction, right? It's an important time right now. So that was the whole mode in the studio. So pick the words you like. Own it.
That's amazing. You were writing lyrics for Eazy-E.
Yeah, ghostwriting.
He didn't have you around. He just had you ghostwrite.
I know how to write those type of rhymes. I just don't want to rap.
That tonight's gonna be